Ready to go. You can start the presentation.
Very good. So, hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. It's a super important webinar for us and also probably for you. What's new in 3D Survey 4.0? So, we've been working hard, we've been working a lot of all these improvements, and today we are ready to share with you how this looks like. But yes, before to warm up everything, let's first introduce ourselves. So today with you is Vit Peterman, our CTO.
Hello.
Yes, feel free.
Thank you for joining us. Good to see you again. And let's have a nice webinar. And with you is also my colleague Marko Misaric, our product manager.
Okay, hopefully some of you already know us from the exhibition, from the webinar, or from any Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Yes, so we're always happy to help you, always happy to present you all stuff what we are doing in 3D Survey. And before we really start, I would like to just ask you two short questions. So we prepare a poll for today, and I'm launching already the first question, and this one is actually, are you already a 3D survey users? So it's great to get some feedback from the audience. What does it mean, so that we can also optimize the workflow of today's webinar. Okay, 63% already voted. Let's wait a couple of more seconds for your questions. Right now, it looks a lot of customers, a lot of 3D survey existing users are on the webinar, which is
That's
really
what we would
logical.
expect.
Exactly, because we'd like to present you the progress of software, what's able to do. Okay, 71%. I will close this poll. And yes, we can see that 82% are 3D survey users already. I can share this with you. So 6% no, and another 12% are thinking to buying 3D survey software. Very good. Today we are going to convince you, okay, that this is the right decision. Cool. And second question, this question is actually for the ones who are already 3D survey users. And the question is, if you are already 3D survey users, do you have the latest version? So do you have the upgrades and support that you are able to upgrade the version, your existing old version 3.1 to 4.0, or even older to 4.0? The 4.0 version was released on Monday this week, so this is 3 days ago, and we get already a lot of positive feedback, not a lot of issues, so minor issues, so mainly positive feedback. So feel free, if you have option, upgrade it and enjoy it, everything what you are going to see today. Okay, so 54% voted already. Let's wait a couple of more seconds. Guys, feel free to click. Few more seconds. Okay, 60% voted. Looks like it's a hard question. Okay, cool. We have 60% of feedback from you. I will close this poll down, not to wait too long. And we can see 66% they are in the upgrade and support plan, 80% no, and 60% are planned to extend support and upgrades. Okay, very good, and thank you for this. I quickly just share also these results and now hide the poll. And we are already ready for our presentation. So what's new in 3D Survey 4.0? And I would like to first do just a quick PowerPoint presentation that you have idea what's going to happen. Then we have prepared some videos, and of course we have also some real case project in 3D Survey. Again, if there are questions during the presentation, please feel free not to forget write your question in question box. Okay. And let's start with the first and one of the strongest upgrade in this version. So definitely new 3D mesh, and we are writing new because it's a fully new algorithm. It's a new approach. It doesn't have anything in common with the previous solution. And we are super proud to manage to get this kind of results because you will get sharper roof edges, nicer building corners, thinner cable, realistic traffic lights, less noise in the mesh and everything like that. So balloons which have you getting in the past from the point cloud, either were like a big holes or something like that, is passed. So now the results from the 3D mesh is just much better, much sharper and nicer. So it's a big step forward, and yes, we are super proud to do this, and I will later demonstrate you in the software in a real time how this looks like. So number one of the strongest one, new 3D mesh. Then point number two, the feature you've been waiting a long time. So we had a lot of complaints in past about the orthophoto quality, and now we have it. We get the improved true orthophoto because we are calculating true orthophoto directly from 3D mesh automatically. This is also improved, and as you will see in my presentation, the comparison between old and new true orthophoto is fascinating, and I believe your customer will be super satisfied with this solution, and we made a great progress also with this step. So again, I will demonstrate you this in a live. Then point number three, measure area tool. So with the version 4.0, you have no new tool like a measure area tool where you can measure complex shapes, like perform the roof measurements, road measurements, anything like that. This was already possible before, but it was more tricky, and this time algorithm is much more robust to the complex shapes, so it's more powerful, easier to use, more convenient. Okay, then point number four, we have a nice pack of CAD improvements. CAD is one of the strongest part of 3Dsurvey because you can finish from the beginning to the end, results in 3Dsurvey. No need to export your 3D models to a third-party software and continue work there. You can finish in 3Dsurvey, and we improve already existing CAD with the length input, which is a super nice feature because you can draw line and just type the length of this line, and it will automatically be extended to the exact line you enter via keyboard. You have 3D perpendicular snapper and 3D perpendicular for drawing, so you can actually snap out from the plane, which is super powerful. And then standard features like trim, extend, intersect tool, which are just super powerful in the CAD environment, copy, move, and more. So this point we will cover with combination of video with recorded tutorials already, and we will also present you part of it live. And then last but not least, point 5, with the 4.0 version, you're also able to upload profile lines and volumes in 3Dsurvey Cloud. So if you like to share your 3Dsurvey results in the profile lines and volumes, now you have option with the 3Dsurvey Cloud, and then just simply share the link with your customer, and he can observe all these results in a browser environment. Doesn't need a powerful computer. You can use his tablet, mobile phone, or anything like that. Observe it in a browser environment. Okay, so this is our list, and let's go immediately to point number 1. Okay, let me open my first example, and here I have my full 3D mesh calculated with version 3.1. You can see it here on the right side, and this is what you have been calculating past 3-4 years actually. And in case the model was not mapped perfectly with all side images and so on. In point cloud were some holes then, and then because the algorithm, you got this kind of balloons, and this was just super annoying to most of the customer who get this. And let me just switch now to mesh 4.0 and remove 3.1, and this is what we managed to achieve. So if I go again, so before it was like so, with the new mesh it's so. And you can spot this kind of results anywhere on actually on your area. So this is now, this was before. Again here, if we check it in between, super noisy, no, much cleaner everything also here. So with the new mesh, with a fully new algorithm, we are able to extract from the same images much sharper roof edges, much sharper corners, much sharper footprints of the buildings, because it's just a different approach and it's crazy powerful. Okay, and this is just one example how this looks like. And
So I have a question, Marco. So how do
yes,
you calculate the mesh now?
very good question, because I was ready to go in this direction. So these are the results I was trying to fascinate with. And what we also improved the workflow, how you calculate this. Okay, and if I switch now to image tab, as you can see it right now here, you know the basic workflow already. So when you import the images, you start with bundle adjustment, then you did the orientation with ground control points, and then you continue with the reconstruction. And in a previous version, 3.1 version, when you click the reconstruction, you get the point cloud reconstruction pop up on. Now when I click the reconstruction, I get similar window, but now here we have three data types. So the first one is point cloud, the second one is 3D mesh, and the third one is true orthophoto. And if you have checked all on and click OK, one after another will be calculated. And this is now the new workflow for existing customers, and of course also for the new customers. I believe, we believe it's even much easier than before. And it's optimized. The workflow is optimized. What does it mean? If you go in a way that you calculate, let's say, all data type with the same batch and you click OK, the mesh reconstruction will not have to repeat part of the first point cloud calculation, okay? Because the first part of the calculation is similar for the point cloud and mesh. So what I was trying to say, if you would like to have point cloud and mesh, then leave it like it is here. Of course, you can deselect the true orthophoto if you don't like it. If you like, leave it and click OK. And
So
then,
you mean if you have here both point cloud and 3D mesh enabled, they will calculate faster they would if you did it separately.
exactly like that. So if you need point cloud and mesh, do it in a one batch. This is the faster way, because from other side, if you don't need point cloud and don't need a true orthophoto, you just deselect both two and click on OK. But if you later on decided then just to calculate point cloud, altogether it will take longer. Okay, so our suggestion, if you need point cloud and mesh, calculate like so. If you don't need point cloud and you would like to be the faster one, just use mesh and click OK. But don't forget, later on, if you decide for point cloud, it will take a bit longer also for the point cloud, because the first part will be calculated twice. Okay, so you can see it here. It's a nice combination about everything. So you can calculate all in the same batch. You can calculate just point cloud if you like. You can calculate just mesh. You're not able to calculate true orthophoto if you don't have a 3D mesh, okay? So also this calculation is possible. And when you are ready with the selection, just click OK, and then one after another will be calculated. And with this workflow, you get the new 4.0 mesh, okay? If you would still like to have old mesh, so the 3.1 mesh, you need to go here up under the mesh, calculate new full 3D mesh. And in this case, we will actually take the point cloud data and calculate mesh based on point cloud data. Why this is important to know? If you have a point cloud from SLAM devices, you will need to go it old way, okay? You will need to calculate your mesh from the old way. Or if you have a point cloud from laser scanner, you will need to go that way. If you like to calculate digital surface model for volume calculation, you are not going to go here and calculate full 3D mesh because the volume calculation is always performing on a regular grid mesh, so DSM, and you will go the old way here, okay? So two important things. With the reconstruction button, you get a new mesh. If you need to have digital surface models, so the regular grid mesh with a 1 meter grid cell size, you go here with the old workflow, okay? Very good. Hopefully this was clear enough to present it. If you have old projects and you would like to compare it, how this looks like with the new mesh, so open the old project and don't go here, mesh and calculate. Go here, reconstruction, and do the reconstruction of the mesh here. Okay?
When would you calculate the regular grid mesh, for example?
So I would go and calculate regular grid mesh in case I need volume calculations. Okay,
Yeah.
so I turn on the point cloud. Of course, I would do the classification probably before, and then I go the regular grid mesh calculation.
Yeah.
Like that. But okay, this one is not, and now I get the regular grid mesh. I didn't classify it before. Okay, so definitely for volume calculation, maybe if you need just digital terrain model or something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
or of course, if you do the coverage of traditional orthophoto calculation,
or if you need contour lines, right?
Or contour lines and all this stuff. Exactly.
Yeah. So for these things, we still use the old regular grid mesh where we define the grid cell size, and this one is also the most accurate one to use with volume calculations.
Okay, thank you, Vit. Thank you, Vito. Not forget to mention this one. Okay, so we covered the volumes. We covered what is worth to do with this combination. And I believe this is more or less everything. If there are with the mesh, if there are some questions, please feel free to write them in question box. And yes, and from other side, I will go here immediately to my second point. So improve through orthophoto. I have two nice examples prepared for you already. First one, I would continue in the same example. So because the true orthophoto, it's actually the render, the top-down render from our full 3D mesh. And if the 3D mesh is improved, the true orthophoto is improved. And the true orthophoto is really important if you are on area where you have a lot of buildings, big holes and everything like that. You can't get nice results with traditional orthophoto there. The true orthophoto is must have. And if you have some side images, this is the perfect tool then. And okay, if I zoom in, these results you get before. So this was calculated with a 3.1 version. You see here pretty noisy, everything. Here again, this balloon effect close to the building. And yes, let's see what's happening. The 4.0, all these ugly things are over. Okay, so it's super nicely improved. The cable is super thin, doesn't affect the orthophoto. The roof edge is sharp, minimum noisy here on the facade because it's a difficult one, no texture on it. And on all other areas, you can see this big difference. Okay, before, after. Before, after. So Crazy
So,
big
pretty
improvement.
big improvement.
Yeah, pretty big improvements. The ones who are not on 4.0 version, don't wait longer. Okay, definitely this is one of the strongest release of history of 3D survey. Okay, this is one example. Another example, again, this is what we get out from 3.1 version. As you can see, those cables were always super tricky. Also here again, balloon on the facade. With the new version, just new story. So here sharp edge, on the other side super thin cables, and this was even not calculated on extreme level. Okay, I need to go back one step back to emphasize also all these parameters. But let's finish first here with the orthophoto. So you can see it here. This is now, before it was like so. So you're also now able to see much more because the buildings are almost perpendicular down. If there is something close to the building, you get this detail like you see here. You have kind of manhole, and here again another manhole, and the one was hidden here with the previous orthophoto. And then again here, if there is something under here, you can now see it before you couldn't. And visually, it's fully different. Okay, it's fully different if you share this kind of result with your customer or if you share something like that. So great improvement. Okay, Vit, did I forget something about the orthophoto?
I think we covered everything.
We covered everything. Let's switch maybe back to my first model and just go back to the mesh or image tab, click the reconstruction. I forgot here to say a few things. Every data type has here, of course, some advanced settings then. If I open all up, like so, and we go step by step. So with the point cloud, you have reconstruction level, similar than before. I was showing you results on high. From my perspective, high is the quality enough result. If you need even better, go extreme, but it will take at least double the time. So this is really quality versus time perfection. If you need something faster, go to medium. Also very good results and at least once faster, okay? By default, it's set to high. So with the point cloud, you have only this. With the mesh, you have reconstruction level again, same like with the point cloud. What's here important to know, if you click here on medium, we automatically set you the reconstruction level also on medium. Why? Because I mentioned already before, the first part for the point cloud and mesh is the same one when we are calculating, and that's why we set it to the same level. So if you go like that, first to point cloud, and you would like to have point cloud extreme level, then close down and you go here, and mesh you decided for high level. No, we also preset the point cloud on high. If you check it here, you see, not to confuse you, okay? So this is connected. If you go the mesh high level, you will also get the point cloud with the high level. Very good. Then you have the calculate texture. This is just that we put the texture on it. You have the texture resolution. By default, I will leave it to full because the calculation time is pretty similar to if you go with a half a quarter, but with full, you just get the best powerful texture resolution. And then we have some reduction for the mesh, reduce mesh to 50%. This is by default, and I believe for the standard area, this is good enough. If you have, let's say, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 images, I would go here to, let's say, 10% or something like that, because you will need to have a lot of memory to handle this on a 50% probably. You can try it out, but if you get a message unable to allocate enough memory, then next time go to 10% if you have 2,000-3,000 images, okay? And max triangles, this is the final filter for the mesh calculation. By default is set to 5,000. If you have a small example like 200 per 200 meters, this is good enough. I suggest to go here up to 20 millions if you have really large areas, like 5,000 images, kilometer per kilometer or something like that.
But you also need a power computer, right?
Well, you need a powerful computer, and the texturing is taking quite a long time then, okay? But don't go here for 100 millions. It's going to be probably too much for your computer, okay? Okay, let's put it back to 5 million. Okay, cool. And with the true orthophoto, nothing special. We take the maximum resolution out of it, and that's it. Okay, no, actually by default it's set to 2 centimeters. If you think you have better resolution, you can go to 1 centimeter, but already default is good enough. When I click OK, we start processing. Okay, cool. So now we really cover nicely point number 1, point number 2, and we are at point number 3. With point number 3, we have prepared video, and we can share it right with you. So let's play the area measurement tool and see you in 3 minutes. Enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to another 3Dsurvey tutorial. In this release, we're introducing a dedicated area measurement tool. While measuring areas in 3D was possible before, using closed polygon lines, the new tool comes with a few features. An advanced calculation algorithm for higher accuracy of complex shapes, a dedicated tool access for faster workflows, and enhanced visualization of measured 3D surfaces, meaning you can see the triangulation live, and when you select a measured area, it will display in layers color. Now, where to find it and how to use it. In CAD tab, go to Measure tool and click the down arrow. Select Measure Area tool. The tool settings open and you can start measuring. When you're measuring areas that are not on the same plane, we recommend calculating the area in parts, like this. When you finish your measurements, simply select them all with Select tool. The area will be displayed for each segment. For total area, check the element properties. Let me give you another example. We'll measure the area that's planned for the new asphalt. You can see that triangulation happens live while I draw my polygon, and when it's crossing itself out, the area becomes non-available. And as soon as I expand my polygon so it doesn't cross itself anymore, the area becomes available and it changes while I place my vertices. With the help of Edit tool, you can also change the text size if you want. Let's make it a little bigger. There we go. Another minor nice to have in this feature is you can use the Orthophoto tab now right away to output your results of measurements even if you don't have an orthophoto. Of course, the tool also works on vertical features. If we want to measure the area of these windows on the wall, we can do it with the same workflow. There's your result. Thank you for watching this tutorial and see you in the next one.
Okay, we are back. So super nice tutorial. Probably mentioned all the power of this measure area tool. Feel free by yourself. You know where to find it now. And yes, if you're using that kind of tools, I think it's a nice one. Vit, would you like to add here something, or we go straight forward?
So yeah, I think it covers pretty nicely how we can use it to measure area. So one thing to notice, if you have areas that are curved, for example, then in that case, it's best if you break it down into sections. If you draw the sections and then just select all the areas, and it shows you the total area there in the properties. So that way you can also measure a curved roof or something like that and get its 3D area.
We have this kind of example. I remember, yes, those super tricky. But yeah, it's a powerful tool. You are now able to measure areas that you couldn't before, or it was super hard. Okay, let's go with our point number 4, CAD improvements. So here is a big batch with everything inside. First, we prepared 2 videos similar that we just watched. Let's play just one after another, and then we will present live what's missing in the video. So let me share again. And we will go first with the CAD Corner Tools tutorials. Enjoy the video.
Hello and welcome to 3Dsurvey 4.0. Today I'll present to you a few new CAD features. They can be found in the second row. Let's begin with this one, Trim. Great for when you simply need to cut the line off after the intersection. The second one is Extend. It's sort of the opposite. When your line is simply too short, click on it and it will extend to the first line on its way. If you have a line that has 2 options to extend, make sure you choose the right end. The last feature is Intersect. Imagine it like double extend. When you want the lines to end together in a corner, select this feature, then simply click on both lines and they will connect. Together we could call them the corner editing tools. Let me show you on an example. Let's say we're working on some automatically detected lines for our floor plan. Sometimes they don't come out perfectly. Let's go in the CAD tab and see how they look here. We can see some of them feel unfinished. Now we'll sort that out real fast. I choose Intersect, select both lines, and my corners are saved with ease. I simply go over them like this. Fast and efficient. Let's do a few more corners. How about these 2 lines here in the middle? For this we'll use Extend. We extend them to the wall, and now we only have to solve this little corner here. No problem, we'll trim it out real fast, and it's gone. And now you know how to use these tools. This was just one example on where to use them. Please let us know where you would use them, and thank you for watching. See you next time.
Okay. Super one, powerful, trim, extend, intersection, very nice. Another one powerful in front of us. Don't forget about your questions if there are some in addition. And now I'm going to play the land input in combination with perpendiculars, okay? Enjoy another one. 3 minutes 40, see you in short.
Hello and welcome to another 3Dsurvey CAD tutorial. Today I'm going to present to you this little feature that can help you a lot when you're drawing and drafting in CAD. This one is called Length Input, and you don't have to do anything to activate it. Simply start drawing, define the direction you want your line to go, and just input the length, press enter, and your line is drawn. This is especially useful when you're drawing by design. Like for example, we have to draw some solar panels here. They are exactly 2 meters times 1 meter. So I input 2, enter, and then I go in perpendicular 1 and go back with 2, and I finish where I started with another meter. Very simple. Another case where this is very useful is when you want to draw something in an area that wasn't covered very well, like this house for example. It was impossible to capture, but we've measured the distance manually and we just simply input it here as a number. And this way we can finish the building outline with ease. So it's 6.1 times 5 and we've finished our rectangle. But wait, there's more. This tool is especially useful in combination with another little new feature, which is called 3D Perpendicular. Together they enable you to do accurate drawing in 3D. To use the 3D Perpendicular, we first have to have a locked plane, out of which it will protrude as a normal. Well, enough of the theory. Let's see an example where this is a real game changer. So I want to design a sort of patio closet. I've got the dimensions and I want to see how it will fit here. I define a plane, I place a few points. It looks good. Now I can start drawing. From this corner I draw my first line. I want it to be exactly 3.0 meters long. I press enter. Now I lock the perpendicular mode. 3 meters in this direction, and I just connect upward. So we finished the backside. Now the interesting part, how do I exit this plane? I just hover over in the direction I want my line to go and look for the inverted T, the perpendicular sign. Again, I use the length input, this time 0.75. From here on, there are a few ways you can go about this. I repeat the 3.0 and finish the upper side. Now I'll do the same on the lower side. One thing to remember here is you can draw perpendicularly to the plane. To draw parallel to the plane, you have to activate some leading lines, like this one here from the corner. I hover over it and get this green leading line. Okay, this is done, and now we don't need the plane anymore. So all that's left to do is connect the lower and the upper part. And it's done. A really nice result, wouldn't you say? So with the help of these little features, you can now accomplish much more stuff that seemed impossible before. I hope you liked these features and this tutorial. Till next time, stay tuned and happy 3D surveying. Bye bye.
Okay, so super powerful, I believe. Super powerful features. Don't forget, the webinar is recorded. You have tutorials if this is too much in 3 minutes, because a lot of combination of tools, so perpendiculars, lines, and planes, and everything like that. But this is the power of the software. So very good, all in one. Cool. Vit, would you like to take over?
Yes, Marco, thank you. You can make me the presenter now. And now for the final two, move and copy. For these two cat functions, we will show these two live. So I think by now you can already see my screen.
We can see.
And I have here a nice facade that was previously recorded. I think you saw it even earlier. So, you know, 3Dsurvey was designed by surveyors for surveyors. And we know that when we create nice 3D models, typically what we need to do from them is create some CAD drawings. So that was the motivation for us to add these new functions in here, like move, copy, trim, extend, and the new tools that allow us to draw everything in 3D. I think this is becoming very powerful. So now let's say that my task is to create a wireframe model of these windows here. So how I can go about doing that with move and copy, it will be super easy. So I will start working. So first I will create a vertical plane here. So because I want my drawing to be nice, one more time, define plane, and I want to snap on points. You know this trick, if you want to snap on a point, the best way to do that is to put the mouse on the point text. That way you always snap directly on the 3D point. Right, confirm the plane. And now I'll just quickly draw this first window. Draw a line. And we will go from here and we will enable the object UCS so that everything is horizontal and vertical. I can go to here and snap here. And now for the final one, I want it to go up to this location and here. So this is the first window. This one took a bit of effort to draw. Now for the second one, I'll just use this multiple select tool, select the first one, and now I will select the copy tool. First, I need to select where we will be copying the object from. I will copy from this location and I will place it here in 3D. Let's zoom in and place it exactly here. And then we can repeat the process as many times as we want and move it here. So this is how we would use the copy. In which case we would want to use move. Let's say I want to move this second one out. What we will do now, I will use the trick that was previously shown. I will go here into draw line mode. And then I have to be careful and go exactly out. It will help if I disable the snapping on points. Or I
maybe perpendicular the UCS. So I believe.
Let's move it up here to this location. We will reset the plane. Take this window here. Like that, and select move, and we'll move it from here up to here and confirm, and now the object has moved. So with this functionality, we can then do many different kind of things. If we draw something, instead of redrawing it, we can just repeat the previously drawn 3D features. So this is quickly about move and copy. Now I don't have the PowerPoint, but the last feature to mention.
The PowerPoint shows the point number 5, upload profiles and volumes in 3Dsurvey Cloud.
Right, so we don't need this project anymore, we can close it. And here I have already prepared a second project. So along with basic 3D survey, we also added some new functionalities to our cloud sharing platform. So our cloud sharing platform, we had quite a few feedback. A lot of people asked and we listened. You asked for that you would like to share the cross sections and volume calculations in cloud. And now we can do that. Let's check this project. So here I have a small survey of an area in which I have two different point clouds. So this was measurement number 1. This was second one is measurement number 2. You can see that I calculated some vertical cross sections here. And we also have some volumes calculated. So I calculated this pile of the asphalt. So this one was calculated from one surface. We also calculated how much material was added to the site, and this was the second volume calculation. And now when you go to project cloud upload, here you can now also select which volumes and which vertical cross sections you would like to upload, along with point clouds, meshes, and CAD data. Right, so if I were to click next, I would select a project I want to upload this to, and then create a survey. Of course, I have already prepared and did this ahead of our presentation. So now we can just go and check the result we get after the project uploads to the cloud. And so here I already have my project uploaded to the cloud. So I have in the project 2 surveys. So this was survey number 1, containing point cloud for the first survey, which we see now. If we disable it, and we have the mesh for the first survey. This was what we were used to calculate the volume. And we also have here volume. So this first volume I have here, a few nice things that we can see now. So up here, we can change to a few different display modes. So it can have a uniform color, or we can set it to heat map color. Secondly, what this allows us is if we disable here the second surface, we can see what the interpolated or the bottom surface looked like. Or secondly, we can also enable just the second one, just the higher surface.
So B as a before, A is as a after, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And down here, we also have the information about the fill and cut values. So approximately 900 cubic meters, and we also see the 3D and 2D areas for this site. So then I also added the second survey. Let's swap out to this one. So this was a situation recorded maybe 3 weeks later. And now we see the point cloud of the second survey. And the mesh of the second survey is also being loaded now. What's new? I have here also the vertical cross sections. And the vertical cross section, we can select it here in 3D and it will show up nicely. We can increase the vertical scale to get the better view. When we move along the cross section, it shows us that position nicely in 3D. So we can then see what kind of height difference we have here. And we can also move there in 3D and zoom in on that section to better see what was going on there. And finally, we can also select the vertical cross sections also down here, like that. And we can check the vertical cross sections one by one, and we get a really nice visualization of the cross sections. And of course, here we also have a volume. Let's enable it now. I had it like that.
Take a couple of seconds problem, or refresh the screen.
Yeah.
Could be this. And yes, in meantime, this is refreshing now. You can see all this also in 2D. So this is the 3D view.
And let's go into 2D view.
Yeah,
But
if
first,
you go
let's
to
select this volume. And just change the color to the colorful one, and that gives us a very nice representation of what was happening on the terrain. And for each point, just like you would in 3Dsurvey, you can check out how much material was added to the site in this location. So here, what we are showing is how you can use this to calculate volume. Let's say that, for example, you had a design surface and you had the current terrain. You could also bring those two in, and you would get a nice visualization of if enough material was added to the site, or on the other hand, if enough material was excavated. So I think this will be enough detail for this initial presentation of new features. We will, of course, talk more about it in our next videos when we will talk more in details how we can now use all these new features in some very detailed use cases.
Very good, very nice vid, very powerful this. So you can see it's done super nicely when you move your mouse in 3D. On the right side, you see on which volume you are moving, because in some cases you will have like 20 volume locations, and then you can immediately see which one to watch. It's same like in 3Dsurvey, you see before, after a fill or cut. So super nicely done. And of course, the most important, share button. You get the share link and you share with your customers, share with your friends, or anything like that. Okay. So if we share this now with in the chat box, chat, you will probably able to click on this click on this one. Okay,
Let's do that.
let's do that, and you can check it out on your computer. What's important to know here is 3D Survey Cloud is directly connected with your upgrade and support. So if you have a valid upgrade and support, you have 3D Survey Cloud fully free of charge for 75 gigabytes of space. This is quite a lot. Could be 100 projects if you work cleverly. In case you need more, you can request more space, and then you pay per yearly base for the more space. So feel free to use the power of this cloud. It's a perfect tool for sharing your results.
Okay, Marco, just one thing. So today I am panelist. So you need to reshare the link that I just sent in the chat.
Okay. Okay, where can I get this one?
Just go to the chat and copy the link I sent, put it in the chat again and mark it so that everyone can see it.
Okay, okay. To all sent. Hopefully you can see it now. Yes, the link is working, uploading. It works on my computer. Very good. So we are 53 minutes already long. That's nice. We moved along all the features mainly. We presented. There are still some more like auto rotation. We improved the 3D window icons a bit, but you will figure out by yourself probably. Before Vitor, we ready for the final question? Maybe before we the final pool, before we go to questions.
Yes, we are. I'll just make you back the presenter.
Yes, you can do it. Okay, show my screen. Thank you. So we are here. So we covered the new 3D mesh, we covered the improved orthophoto measure area tool is covered, CAD improvements, we just finished the upload profiles and volumes in 3D Survey Cloud. With the cloud also a lot of other things were improved. So now we have a level of detail for mesh. All the coordinate systems are supported. We have some displacement with CAD and 3D models. This is all now covered, should work everything nicely. If there is something, send us a message. You have include the option to share your feelings also. Feel free. So big improvements also from 3D Survey Cloud side, not just 3D Survey desktop version. Okay, no final question. I'm super interesting about this one. And actually the question is, which newly introduced feature did you like the most, the best? So we have almost 200 people today here, so this is kind of good feedback for us immediately. 30% of you voted already, 40%. Come on. Important question for us. 60%, yes. 70% voted, okay. 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's close the pool down. Okay, and we have 72% voted this question, and number one new mesh with, I can share results, yes.
Perfect.
35%, as you can see it, new mesh, point number one, very good. Improve orthophoto, number two. CAD tools, 3, then volumes and profiles include, and last but not least, measure area tool. Very good. So hopefully you all like this also on your cases. If you still didn't download the 4.0, go and do it as quick as possible. And yes, enjoy this power of the software. Very good. We finished now with the main coverage of the webinar. What's new in 4.0? Now the questions and answers are there. There is a lot of questions. I see it's plus 30 questions, so we will take, let's say, 20 minutes. If you need to leave, you can leave. In meantime, we will record everything. Otherwise, stay with us, send us questions. Let's start now answering the questions, okay? And for all others who need to leave, maybe, thank you for watching. See you on the next webinar. It's going to be also nice. I think on Thursday there is a webinar together with EMLIT about the RTK videogrammetry. In December, another interesting one. 3 topics you will decide we will present on the webinar. And yes, let's go now to questions. Vit, can you also see the questions, or I read them?
No, Marco. Today you need to read the questions.
Okay. I will read them and answer them if they are so quickly. Otherwise, I will help you with. Okay. And first question is, hello and thank you. Do you offer a student perpetual license like Agisoft, Metashape? Yes, we offer. We actually offer a few free student license if you have a valid student license subscription, or how to say. Go to our webpage.
Student status. If you can send a proof of student status, we can enable that license.
Okay, go to our webpage, find this somewhere in between pricing model. I believe you have their student license and you assigned for free 3Dsurvey license. Okay, next question. How does your algorithm perform on homogeneous surfaces? We currently use Metashape, but it has problems with photogrammetric evaluation of homogeneous surfaces. I would say it handles nicely, even if you have bad textures. Yes, Vit?
Yeah, image matching is always problematic when we have completely white or completely uniform color surfaces. But what we notice is that the new mesh calculation, in this example, it works a lot better than just basic point cloud. So even if your point cloud would have holes in an area, chances it's possible that the mesh calculation will fill that one in nicely.
Okay, very good. So if we compare with the old 3.1 version comparison to 4.0, it's much more robust. Even if you have like not so quality good images, for example, if you did something with the videogrammetry before, now with the new mesh, all videogrammetry results look much nicer. Okay, so worth to try it out again. Okay, next question, sales orientated or a Black Friday offering. So the Black Friday is coming. Yes, there will be something, I believe. Yes, we have some percentage on the perpetual license, I believe. And another promotions are coming. Wait for this, there will be something. Probably not too much because the price is already now super affordable if you compare to anything else on the market. So yeah, but probably still something. Okay, Orthophoto 2.5 version or 3D Orthophoto. Okay, so yes, the 2.5D version Orthophoto is another one solution that could handle, but I believe with this full 3D Orthophoto, true Orthophoto, you will see the results is similar or even better. We have another things still now to finish it, and then maybe back return to the 2.5 Orthophoto.
Yeah. So 2.5D Orthophoto is still available. If you first create a digital terrain model, you can still create Orthophoto from that one. It works just like it did before. And we also have some ideas how to improve it, but we are still deciding which ways we go with the next update.
And maybe yes, Marco, the comparison for 2.5D Orthophoto, I would decide it if you have large area without buildings and anything like that, like a landscape. If you have urban area or industrial location with a big holes, go for 3D Orthophoto.
Yeah, good comment. Just one thing, Marco, I think we can close the poll now so that we are no longer showing this result.
Sorry, thank you. Hide this one. Okay, very good. Okay, next question. But if you skip point cloud calculation step or do everything together, you don't have a possibility to clean the noise in the point cloud. Okay, good question, but no, it's different. We don't calculate new mesh from the point cloud data. It's a fully different. It's calculated directly from images. And even if you clean out the point cloud, it's not going to be affected on a mesh. Okay, so but this new mesh algorithm is much more robust to the noise. So if you ask me, the mesh will be more smoother than point cloud in any case. Okay, Vit, would you like to add this part something?
You covered it nicely. So we think that the cleaning up of the point cloud in this step will no longer be necessary.
Very good. How is it about with point cloud calculated with 3.1? Do I have to calculate the point cloud again with 4.0 in order to have the full high quality 3D mesh?
No, you don't need to. You just calculate the mesh directly. It will start with the images from scratch and it will produce the mesh for you. You can see in that case, you can just skip the point cloud calculation.
Exactly. If you would like to have just mesh, just select the mesh. But from the reconstruction step, right lower corner, okay? Okay, so the new mesh does not improve if I clean up the point cloud beforehand. Exactly. It's not connected with the point cloud. I need orthophotos for my customer with the volume calculation. I will have to generate DSM mesh and a full 3D mesh too.
This is what we recommend. So when you start reconstruction, just leave all the checkbox on. After the reconstruction is complete, you will already have an orthophoto, full 3D mesh and a point cloud. Then you will classify the point cloud. You will create a digital terrain model from the ground points of the point cloud only, and you will use those to calculate volumes. When you will go to the orthophoto tab, and after you calculate the volume will display nicely over the orthophoto, and that's it.
Okay, then next one, a bit of stupid question. No stupid questions here. Okay, so for the true orthophoto, do I need to calculate 3D mesh first? I just came 50 minutes later, so sorry about that. No problem.
Yes.
And yes, for true orthophoto, you first need to have full 3D mesh. Exactly. Okay, how much does it cost the upgrade? So you can log into your 3Dsurvey account and you can exactly see for your license how much does it cost. But in general, if you are in the period, so the upgrade and support is valid for 1 year. If you are in 1 year, it costs 610 euros. If you're late, that you missed this one, so for 2 months, 3 months, something like that, it's a bit more expensive. I believe it's 850. Because the ones who are paying always need to have better price. And if you're not paying it for 2-3 years or more, I believe then at the end is the half of the license price, so 1,700, something like that. So check it out when you log into your account with your email to 3Dsurvey webpage, find your license there, you will see the price. If you need to help, feel free to contact us. Okay, is 3D mesh under reconstruction the same workflow like 3D mesh in menu mesh? So no, this is what we explained it right at the beginning. So the 4.0 new mesh you will get if you click the reconstruction button in the lower right corner. If you go from the menu up mesh, you will get the old one. Okay,
It's the one you use with the laser scanning, the one
the
up
ones
there.
you use with the laser scanning, exactly, or any other point clouds. Thank you, Vit. Could it be possible of regular mesh from could it be possible of regular mesh from reconstruction?
Yeah, so I would say yes. After reconstruction, you get a point cloud. Then you can convert that point cloud into a regular grid mesh by clicking mesh, calculate new regular grid mesh, and the program will ask you which point cloud you want to use as an input.
Okay, very good. If a construction machine, vehicle, or other materials were in the way during the recording, they will be included in the reconstruction in the 3D mesh and orthophoto and another in the contour lines. Then I have to recalculate everything again after removing the interfering objects.
Okay, you don't need to recalculate everything. Marco, can you make me the presenter? Maybe I can quickly, I have this project opened here.
Oh,
And
wait,
maybe,
wait.
so I'll just
Okay,
show it
okay.
very quickly. Show my screen. You already see my screen. So here I have my first point cloud. Let's just press like that, clear. So this is the point cloud that you get, right? So we have here vehicles, excavators, and buildings. So what you will do on this point cloud, you will go into classification. It will just take a few seconds for the window to pop up. Here we'll just press next. So the classification tutorial is on the website. You select one point on the ground. Software selects all the points where elevation between neighboring points does not change but what was previously set. You press next. Filter is applied, which removes the small bumps. You press finish. And then the point cloud is split into ground points and non-ground points. We will disable non-ground points. So now we have only ground points here. Then we'll go here to mesh. Use the first option. Make sure that non-ground points are not selected here. Press calculate. It will just take a few seconds and this is the result you will get. And this is what you will be using to calculate the volumes. If anything small like that is left in, no problem, just select it and flatten it out.
Nah, I still like this one. It's 15 years old, but it's powerful. Flatten function, very good. And one additional thing, so if the objects are moving during the data acquisition, so if the cars are driving, people are walking, machinery is moving, you will not get this in a 3D model, not in a point cloud, and the calculation of texture is calculating cleverly, so we take the classification from the not moving objects. Very good, thank you, Vit. Let's continue. Still a lot of in front of us, but super interesting. So next one, shouldn't 3D area annotation will be visible all the time, not just then it's selected? If it's the 3D area display checkbox X on.
So yeah, for now it's done like that so that the areas need to be selected and only then the areas are displayed.
Sometimes it's kind of annoying if there is too many small things like that, and that's why we hide it. If you go to Ortho tab, you will always see this visible. So it's kind of combination based on experience. But yes, maybe in some cases you are right.
So it's also the first feedback we are getting. Maybe with the next version we will try to improve it for the people who like the values to be displayed all the time. We can have a look at it later.
Okay, next one is the workflow for traditional orthophoto the same how in 3.1?
Yes, completely the same.
Okay. Jonas didn't had some issue with video, but I believe all others have video. Let's continue.
So the video worked. So if anyone had the issue with video, so tomorrow you get the recording of the webinar. Video should be in there.
Okay, very good. Next one. Thank you for the webinar. Maybe this question is not on today's topic. Do you plan to integrate georeference panorama from laser scanning so that we can measure and draw directly on photos?
This was already, yeah, it's not today's topic because this was already done in the previous update.
So yeah, you need to have, yeah.
If you export your point cloud with panoramas in E57 format, those panoramas will be visible in 3Dsurvey. And if you check the previous webinars we did, I think that was 3.1 update, you'll also see how it works.
Very good. Important is here to have scan module.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But to try it out, just enable it on the website
yeah,
or send us
yeah.
an email and we'll help you get through it.
Okay, Marco, feel free to contact us. This is super nicely covered already. Okay, so it's there. Okay, Martin wrote us, die Verbindung was längere Zeit unterbrochen. Okay, I didn't have any issues. But yes, recording is there. Thank you for mentioning it. Hopefully other didn't have this kind of issues. And no one really long one question. I have few questions. I'm planning to upgrade to a higher version. When working with an older version, 3D there is the following issue. When I use the clipping box and vectorize the visible model, the object snap also work on the hidden part obstacles by the clipping box. Has this been fixed? I believe this is fixed with, huh? So bounding box doesn't snap to anything else.
Let's go to CAT, draw a line, and I need to enable snapping on points, and I can snap here. If I go out, I cannot snap on the hidden lines.
So this is improved, yes. There is still no option to automatically draw rectangle or circle. Okay, wait for another version, April version. So you have circle option, but not with 3 points, okay?
Yeah, and rectangle, you can draw it, but you have to draw it slowly with the regular line. So if I go in here, I draw the first line and then I enable. So if I were on a plane, I would enable UCS and everything would be perpendicular to that first line.
So rectangle, because we are doing all in 3D, it's a bit different, okay? In some cases, it's difficult in comparison, let's say, just 2D AutoCAD. But with a combination of with a combination of functions, you can do this easily. So first create a plane, then draw first line.
Because this will be the plane the rectangle is in, we have to define it first. So now I drew the first line. Now I will enable the object UCS. And now from here, I can snap down here, or I can just write I want it to be 20 meters in this direction, and then back 10 meters in that direction. Or this left now is close it, and we have the perfect rectangle.
And okay, if I continue here with Milan, additional ideas are coming from CAD work. The addition of move and copy function is great. Now you just rotate. No, you just rotation would complete it. Okay, thank you for suggestions. There is always more.
The CAD has so many functions. We'll be adding them one by one, right?
Exactly. And then when creating X-ray for 2D views that I want to export as JPEGs to DIF, they accept there is no option to export the image with the real coordinate. You need to select, I believe, TIFF or something like that to get, for example, a floor plan in XY plane or selection the YZ or XZ plane position. Yes, okay, but yeah, because we handle this as a orthophoto.
So if you save them, the georeferencing will be saved also if you save it into JPEG or PNG. Did I get the question correctly? So is the question if we
the question is with the X-ray and exporting X-ray with the real world coordinates.
Yeah.
But you know, you can create a facade, building facade X-ray, and then it's, you know, in the vertical position, and you are not able to export it.
We show it when we export it. We show it in top-down view. So because of that, you know, it's if you bring it into CAT or GIS software, it will always show up in top-down view. There you cannot place a vertical image. Because of that, at export, it shows local coordinates. It's in top-down, but it is in the correct scale.
Okay, very good. Milan, thank you for all these ideas. Feel free to send us email on support also. We will mark those ones, and if there's something, tell us and we will add it to the to-do list. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Is it possible to draw curves in CAT, not just lines?
Not yet, but maybe it will be possible with the next one.
Yeah, very good. But it would be great to describe it how you would like to have it, because in 3D and snapping on points and everything with the 3D lines, it's kind of tricky. Then you have option to draw, let's say, a curve on the same plane, and then doesn't snaps nicely together. If you're doing some 3D split lines, it's complicated. So this one sounds easy, but it's tricky.
Well,
and would be, yeah.
So in CAD, we're used to drawing arcs on flat planes. We just draw the flat map and the arc is perfect arc. So here the question is just how we do it. If we add support for arcs, are they always flat? Do we calculate the plane through the 3 points that we selected? We just need to figure it out what makes more sense. If you haven't some idea, you can also drop us an email about this subject, how you would like to have it implemented.
Thorsten, this would definitely help us. Please write more detailedly that when we do it exactly as you like it.
Yeah.
Okay, another question, AI question. Are there any AI algorithms planned if you select like Windows feature to define similar on in definition view, or selecting group using find edge detection, or rectangle defined by 1 or 2 sample items, so not having to select and copy each feature?
Maybe that will come in one of the next versions. We already know how you could do that, but you know it's still tricky to get it in. Maybe we just need to wait a bit more for the hardware to become more powerful.
Okay. Does the client have to pay to view my data from the cloud, or is that included in my lifetime account? That's included.
So yeah, the client does not need to pay. When you get the project in cloud, you just click share and everyone with the link can open it.
Okay. With one for you for Lidl construction site, point cloud before and after. Is it possible to show more than 2 models? Sometimes we have 5 or 6 models.
Oh, no problem here. If I just go here, I also have more in here. No, we don't need to save this one. It was a nice picture though. Just wait for it to show up. So here actually you see I have a big number of surfaces, actually 6. Let's make it a bit nicer representation, maybe like that. And you know, it actually displays best if you don't have too many, because then it's easier to see. And we have lots of tools that enable you to better visualize that. So I can make this one colored in red, surface color. This one will be red, for example.
This is actually another strongest part of 3Dsurvey. So you're not limited to number of point clouds, not limited to number of surfaces, models, or orthophotos. So we can all bring in the same project and observe the difference, like Vit is showing you here. So a super powerful thing. And then use,
for example,
bounding by
visualize it.
Exactly. Or calculating
here.
Profiles, cross sections, everything like that. It's going.
Yeah. So here we are not limited to 1, to basically you can put in as many as you want.
And you can even then later combine them, so merge them in a single one or something like that. If you have one close to other, like point clouds, you can merge them together, you know, or you have one photogrammetry point cloud, another from the scanner, from indoor, you can merge them in the same one and calculate the surface together and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, Vit, another question. We have still a lot of them, still 120 attendees, interesting things. What is the error in the volume calculation? What would you say?
So I think the question is here, how accurate can volume calculations be? So typically with photogrammetry, we can achieve vertical accuracy for the point clouds better than 2 centimeters. So if we have 2 measurements, each is 2 centimeters, then we can we can make educated guess that the height difference between the two surfaces will be probably better than 3 centimeters if you do the calculation based on the twice 2 centimeter accuracy for each. Then the error we will get, it depends on the area of the survey that we have. So probably the accuracy will be 3 centimeters multiplied by the area that we are mapping. So this is something we can, this way we get a value we can stand behind.
Very good, thank you, Vit. And I will say that if you do everything correctly, so with a good, powerful camera, with enough ground control points, there is no other technology that is so powerful and accurate for volume calculation.
Yeah, and the 2 centimeters
there is
I
no
mentioned,
available technology.
2 centimeters I mentioned, this is, you know, the average. If you can make sure that you have enough ground control points, you can achieve even a higher accuracy of the point cloud.
Okay, next one connected with cloud. Is it possible to export AG, the volume result or image? So from the cloud, so you have a screenshot there. So just a single click on camera view. So of course you can share video from the other side. Yes, feel free to click the icon with.
Yeah, so here is the screenshot icon and it will create the current view. So first I would of course set it to make it display nicer. Now I can maybe just do it like that and it will show up here. We get this view. Of course, before we would just set the display first here, add the colors. That would help. Wait for a little bit for it to update, to load everything. Then you would create a nice view and just create the screenshot using this screenshot button.
Exactly. So what's worth to know it with the 3Dsurvey Cloud, what you uploaded via the 3Dsurvey desktop software, it stays there. On the left side, you also have some tools to draw it, to do the annotations, everything like that, but this is not going to be saved, okay? So you can actually draw lines, measure tools or something like that, but this is just temporary. When you close the browser, you will lose this data. So if you would like to have some annotations or lines or anything like that, create them first in 3Dsurvey desktop, upload them in the cloud, and you have them forever. So it's still the viewer, it's a project management tool and share platform, okay? Very good, let's go to the next one. Is it possible to brand the cloud with my company logo for sharing with the customers? It's on to-do list, not possible yet, but yes,
hopefully it will be in future.
Yes, definitely. Okay, one German one. Very good, sehr gut. Für Volumenberechnungen brauche ich ein geschlossene Polygon als Umring. Gibt es eine Möglichkeit, mehrere Polylinien einen Umring zusammenzufügen?
Kein Problem.
Sehr gut.
Okay, so the view here is not the best, but let's do it really fast. So I will create the first polyline. I won't even close it. I will draw it like this, and here I will draw the second one. And this one I will close. Now the first one is not closed. This one will not be used. If I want to use it, I can select the line and set the closed attribute to yes. Okay, these lines are now on the default layer. We go to mesh, calculate volume. Initial surface will be measurement 1. Final surface, we will leave it on measurement 4 from CID. We use default layer, press calculate. It will automatically now select for each closed polyline, and it will create 2 separate volumes.
So create 10 layers, every layer is different area, calculate volume based on CAD data, read these layers, and that's it. And you can calculate
finally,
always
we just name them here. Polyline 2. But you would probably have stockpile 1, stockpile 2, sand, asphalt, and so on.
Okay, very good. Back to English. Thank you and greetings from Sweden. Thank you, Mario. Okay, nice. Nice to let us know that you've been here. Another one, is there an option to use 3Dsurvey 4.0 to calculate a point cloud out of data capture with DJI L2 scanner without using the DJI Terra in between? Yes.
So here the question is where you want to calculate it from. So DJI L1 and L2 scanners, they also have integrated cameras. So if you import those photos into 3Dsurvey, you can create point clouds from those photos. But I think what you are asking is, can we create a point cloud from the raw data format, which the scanner saves? And in that case, the answer is unfortunately no, because only DJI has the ability to convert their proprietary binary files, which they get directly from the sensors, into 3D point cloud. So that part is always like that the first step of processing for the LiDAR scanners, you always have to do the first step of processing in their software. But they always give you a free option of a software that will only do that conversion of the raw laser scanning point cloud into something like LAS or E57, something which is standardized and we can then use between different softwares.
So there is a free version?
Yes, there is a free version of the DJI Terra which only allows you to convert the raw.
So Alexander, you need this one, and then you can do it without paying Terra for scanner, okay? So you just need to get from the Terra free version the last file, and you are able to continue in 3Dsurvey. Do we have a link where to get this Terra free?
I don't have it.
We need, okay, feel free to contact us on email, and I believe one of German partners told us how to do it, so it should be available, but let's figure it out. Okay, how did you create automatic lines for the survey?
I think that's the question related to the video that you showed. Actually, we have here on the website, if we go to 3Dsurvey and go to the webinars, resources webinars, there is one of the recent webinars on this subject. I think this here is one, but this one, it shows how to do it. In this project, we skipped the automatic one, but down here we also have automatic line detection webinar. So go with this one, check it out. It will show you how those lines were extracted automatically from the SLAM point cloud.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Vit. Another one, thank you. Do you offer a student perpetual license price? So there is no student perpetual license because the student license is valid until you have the student valid ticket, or how to say, and that's it.
And we don't have price because it is free.
Okay. Reza is writing us, thank you both. I like your software a lot. Very good. Happy to hear. And I'm survey and drone pilot students in the second university college. I will send you my, okay. Very good. Send us. Thank you, Reza. Next one, are you planning to improve the possibility to clean the point cloud, like confidence calculation of the points in the point cloud or similar?
Maybe we will, yes. Also, what I saw, so we've been processing a lot of SLAM point clouds. I see how beneficial denoising filters are on those points. We will see if we can squeeze something into one of the next versions.
Very good. Yes, exactly. So we are going in this direction because the more and more 3Dsurvey users are also using SLAM technology, and we are the integrators who try to integrate all these devices in the same software, because we know it's hard to switch between 10 or 15 softwares. If you can cover them with a 3Dsurvey, you know, this is the most easiest way. Why not? And that's why we are doing all this stuff also. So it's more and more powerful. Definitely something like that will be in future. Next one, if I have a point cloud from SLAM as an input, what is the best method to create a 3D mesh?
You will have to go here, mesh, and use this one, calculate new full 3D mesh. But also this is for now until we do the next update. Maybe we'll also change this. Maybe we'll also change this application so that it will also use the new algorithm on those point clouds.
And with also maybe worth to mention, normals need to be calculated before, huh?
Yeah, but actually if you don't have normals yet, they will be calculated automatically. It will just take some time. So down here you have this settings for normal calculation, because this old algorithm, it needs points and 3D normals to create the mesh.
Okay, very good. Another one from Martin. One more question. I have a perpetual license and no, I can't use 4.0. Do I need new license? Maybe I can do that. Martin, probably not. But if you're out of upgrade and support, you are not eligible to use the new upgrade. So go back to the web page or contact us directly. Check out how much do you need to pay for the upgrade and support to get the latest version. Okay.
So you get, when you buy 3Dsurvey license, you get with it included 1 year of support and update subscription. After that year expires, you need to pay for support and update subscriptions for another year. And this costs 610 if you buy before it expires, or as Marco said, it's a little bit more pricey if you buy it afterwards. Then it depends how many years the license has been expired for.
Yeah, feel free to contact us also directly. We can help you out with this. Very good. Next one, this webinar is recorded. Will it be on the website? Yes, you will get tomorrow a link with the recording, and of course in a few days it's also on our website.
Yeah, usually in about a week we also put it on the website.
Okay, are there plans for adding a dark mode of the software? Yeah, nice designing one. We already improved the GUI interface now a bit. It looks more darker in 3D window right now with the new nice buttons, but yes, probably we will also we are starting experimenting also with the dark mode design, everything like that. Not sure if you change your Windows environment to the dark mode, maybe automatically 3Dsurvey would be also in a dark mode.
No, it wouldn't, because I have the dark mode.
Sorry. Thank you for correcting me with. Where are we? This is it. Okay, next one. Are you planning to support 3D meshes, Gaussian splatting models?
Yeah, wait till the next update and you will see.
Yeah, not next. End of 26, okay? End of 26. But let's see where this Gaussian splatting is going. Right now it's nice visualization thing and everything like that.
But also you have to know that for Gaussian splatting you will need a bigger GPU, probably more than gigabytes of memory. So 16 is already, you can already do something.
Yeah,
and yeah, we'll probably be supporting it soon.
Yeah, but based on current plans, yes, it's going to be supported. Next one, did panorama image from Leica BLK 360 G2 work with 3D mesh to color models? Thanks. So to color the 3D models from BLK camera, I believe it's not supported. You can observe the panoramic images with point cloud in 3Dsurvey. This works, but if you would like to color the calculated model, this is not supported.
Yeah.
Okay. Achim Forster, great to see you here. Great webinars, guys. Thank you for the perfect job. Thank you, Achim. Next one,
Thanks.
Are you planning? Yes, are you planning to make it possible to import 360 degrees images and calculate them like normal images?
Not at this point. We know what we would need to do in order to do that. We did some tests with those images. We did not choose to add development time into this because we were not completely happy with results we get from 360 images. So the 360 cameras we were testing, you know, they have a lot of distortion. We did not like what we were getting from it. So because of that, we do not have that support yet. Yeah. And as you heard, a lot of people ask for a lot of things So we have to, try to figure out
So
which direction to go in.
Most of customer needs more than perfect results because are pretty accurate people, and if the result is too noisy and all this stuff, then yes, that's why it's not on the highest priority. Okay, from earlier questions on training image selection, to identify similar feature in images, I cannot find the link for training images, but same principle applies. Provide sample, define similar, use the finding cars or trees, repeat whole image, multiple trees. So ability cut out. Yes, so this one is connected with the first question before about the AI. Yes, so we check this out. We know the powerness of AI technology and also limitation of this technology. And we will see where the future will bring us. Okay. Still, we rely super much on a geometrical algorithms, which are robust, safe, and so on. But yes, why not use also the AI if it's better than anything else? Thanks, Ryan. Will it be possible to batch process several projects from reconstruction to true orthophoto? Let's say I'd like to run the reconstruction and orthophoto computation for 3 different projects over the weekend without having to start the process manually for each project in between.
Yeah, this is also something we were discussing in team. Again, one of the things on the very long list.
But what about with the
features.
script engine? With script engine, this is not covered.
It is possible, but script engine, it also has its own limitations because not all functions are inside. So it is possible. If you send us an email, we can tell you how you can do that. You will have to prepare a special script. You will have to run that script from Windows Terminal or something like that. It can work. You will have to define the script, write the folders from which you will import the photos and like that. It will be possible. But we also hope to make it so that you don't need to know scripting languages, so that you are able to do it, to make it a bit more simple in the future also.
Okay, very good. Next one. Can you integrate the option for invert the triangle line and for delete triangle in the option triangulate mesh from CAD data? I believe I understand this one. This is connected when you calculate mesh from, let's say, from the total station or GNSS. So big triangle is the unit triangulation, and it's hard to delete some triangles there. Okay. What I'm always telling to customer, use the clip function. So with the CAD, you can define your area of interest and clip this triangulated mesh from CAD data with the CAD boundary.
So here we have this kind of triangular mesh.
Yes, show grid, exactly. So big triangle. And no, you're not able to delete one triangle, so it's super difficult.
Yeah. So what you need to do, you need to go into CAD. Here we'll create new layer. We'll call it clip, something like that. Go to mesh. CAD, disable the point cloud so that we'll be drawing directly on like that. We'll just disable all of them. If we now draw a line, for example, I'll draw a line here, here, here. Like that. Come to mesh, clip,
right mouse click, yeah, with this super fast experience. A lot of hidden features are inside, so yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
And we have a copy down here, and the copy is this one. If we disable wire only, this is now our mesh. It's clipped along that line.
Okay. Why you have all other turn off CAD maybe just and heat map on. So this is the result of clip. Very good. So it's possible, but the other way you imagine it.
And you also can create second thing is it will also create, if you draw a second line inside, you can also delete the insides, to create a whole insight of this one.
Exactly, yeah. So everything is possible. Okay, next one. Regarding the report option, why do I need to create a regular grid mesh and not just a full 3D model? We know, stupid, we need to improve this one. So for mesh, yes, reports. So this is on to-do list. Okay, Alexander, thank you for answers. It only comes with the DJI. Okay. The version about free DJI Terra, it only comes with the DJI scanner, I think, Felix mentioned. Das war nicht, then Martin, another question. Das war nicht mein Problem. Ich meinte, mehrere Polylines zu einem Umring zusammenzubringen, wenn ich mein Sichnen der Umrings unterbrechen musste. Okay, Martin, we will contact you, or please contact us, okay? And we can help you out with this one. And then, but here is the software which includes the raw laser scanner processing of DJI like LP360. Okay, so we have some link for the L2. There are some more, so perhaps in future also on the roadmap, so you can get all the raw data, as Felix mentioned. Okay, we will check this one out. Okay, what we can get out. Thank you. What hardware configuration? Okay, what hardware configuration do you recommend? Vid, please show the web page where you can find this one.
Simply go to our website, select here photogrammetry mapping and processing software 3Dsurvey. Then just scroll a little bit down. It's a little bit hidden, but then there's here what are the system requirements. We recommend you to get this one. Basically, the important thing is that you get this GPU. This one costs, I think, about 400 euros with tax. It offers the best price performance. If you want more powerful computer, it's best to get two of these, because that way processing is faster than buying one more expensive 5078 model, for example. And the rest is you need CPU. It can be either Intel or Ryzen. This costs slightly less. This costs slightly more. If it's more expensive, it's also a little bit faster.
Okay. Important
second thing to note is about memory. So the more RAM you have, the more pictures you can process in one time. So with 32 gigabytes, you can easily process about 1000 images, even a little bit more. And the more you have, the more images you can put into the software.
Okay.
But you know, one thing to note, you don't need to record 1000 images for your projects. If you fly a bit higher, you don't use, you know, you will with 500 images, you can already cover, for example, 20 hectares or bigger area. So, you know, if you don't go super close, you'll get through even with not too much memory.
So let's say the work starts on the field, do clever-wise, you know, of course you can get the best and most powerful 3D model, but then it will take just 10 times longer. Depends what you need. And yes, think on a field, not to produce immediately too many images, because now DJI drones, they're capturing images like crazies in all directions, which is super good for the nice 3D models. But depends if you like to be quick and you need just a volume calculation or just a standard orthophoto like that. So you can achieve, let's say, good enough results with 100 images instead of 1500 images. Okay, cool. We have also very interesting document, how to map. It's not, if you need it, write us an email. Okay.
It's not in the downloads. Yeah.
No, it's not in the downloads. We are catching emails with this one, I believe. Good afternoon. Is the new 3D mesh engine only possible in the reconstruction moment? Thank you very much for the presentation.
Yes, at the moment it's only here, but we talked about changing that with the with the update, which will just be the bug fix, the bug fix update, because so a lot of people are confused about this thing.
We're getting first feedback, and yes, maybe we will upgrade also the mesh tab up there, something that it will be also have option to calculate mesh from images directly without point cloud. Okay, I have another question. Do you planning to integrate the option to modify the colors of the volume name, the red one, and the size of the colors of the area numbers and other info in the orthophoto window? And thank you a lot for such an awesome software. Thank you, Andy. Vit?
Yeah, this was also one of the things we were talking about. Ability to set the backgrounds, to set the colors of the text and these kind of things. We'll be having the internal discussion next week about it.
So thank you for your question. Something's possible, not everything, but it's on to do. Okay, and last one from Hudson. Is true ortho geolocatable? Yes, all orthophotos are geolocated. When you export them, you can export them like a GeoTIFF, or you export them with like a TIFF file with GeoTIFF file, a geolocation file together.
Yeah, so whenever you save on ortho, at the end, this window will pop up. And here you select the resolution, split if you want to cut it down to, for example, 30 by 30,000 pixels. This one you can also disable. And finally, here you can select how you want to write the georeferencing information. For TIFF, the default is GeoTIFF data. That means the referencing information is written into the file itself. Second option is to use Word file. This one works for PNG and for JPEGs. It will create a separate file with some coordinates of a corner and the pixel size. And if that file will be next to the, if we'll put that file together within the same folder as your JPEG or PNG, when you will bring it into CAT or GIS, it will automatically be interpreted and imported on the correct position. And lastly, we have this little trick in here. If you have a software that does not support reading in the georeferencing information from the Word file or GeoTIFF, you can also create a DXF frame. Software will draw a rectangle in which you can then import the image.
Okay, cool. So also in a standard AutoCAD, you can bring it. No need for AutoCAD map and Civil 3D and everything like that. Cool, Vit. We need to finish because we are finished with questions. Hey, dear ladies and gentlemen, it was fascinating, very, very powerful. 1 hour of webinar and 1 hour of questions and answers. But this is, especially this is super powerful about the webinars. You have them live here. We are happy to answer your questions. Of course, you can use emails and everything like that, but here we are one-on-one. Okay, cool. From my side, thank you again for listening. You get the recording. If there's something more, feel free to contact us. Use the power of new version. All of you who would like to upgrade it, upgrade it. It's worth to do it, and we are continue to delivering such a great product because we love it. And thank you again for joining. Good audience. Vit.
And see you in the next webinar. Until then, bye-bye and happy 3D surveying.
Thank you. Bye-bye.